explanation here we'll go through first, and then we'll ask for questions or from the public, so.
Good evening, Justin Bonner with H&G Engineers, consultant for the project. So a while ago, we applied for a community grant program through the US EPA for this project, which is phase 1 and 2 of the water distribution system improvements. The grant that was awarded to the city of Litchfield, we're working on the final paperwork hurdles, but the grant total earmarked for city of Litchfield is $2,284,429. This is a public hearing required to meet the requirements of the grant. We have categorical exclusion, meaning that we've already passed the environmental hurdles. You know, it's gonna minimal impact to neighboring areas. The grant initially contained a 30% match for the construction, and that was waived by the grant administration. So ultimately, the construction up to that 2.284 million number is a grant, but the engineering is to be paid for out of pocket by the city. Phase 1 is for phase 1 and 2. Phase 1 is approximately 11,000 feet of 8-inch water main. Start on the south edge of Jaeger Lake and found Jaeger Lake Trail and around the eastern skirts of it, and ultimately ends up on Rocky Hollow Trail, where your bulk water customers of Butler, Montgomery County, EJ Water, and also a large farm, Lundquist Farm. So should get better sustained pressures and flows to them, and hopes to also eliminate eventually the connections underneath Lake Jaeger. So those mains have been issues in the past. Phase 2, which is part of this initial grant, is approximately 5,500 feet of 14-inch water main that will replace shotgun 10-inch mains along Route 16 coming into town. So that'll pick up basically just west of the water plant where the PVC main stopped, and that will continue into town, stopping at Jaeger Lake Trail. There's also a small little spur off of Wall Street and over on Howard. Currently those houses are served by water mains off of 16, with the water service working its way through neighboring properties. So ultimately we'll put a water main on the actual street that the residents live and clean that up. So that's the extent of the project. Public has any questions, or Alderman?
What's the total cost of this project? Is it totally covered in this 2.2 point?
So we're working off of older estimates, but that should get us very close as far as construction. I still believe we're in that comfort level. So outside of the engineering that city's already earmarked, the construction should be just shy of 2.3, yes.
Yeah, we've been in the planning for these two projects for several years, and it's good to see them coming together.
Yeah.
We're currently losing in excess of 20% of our produced water as to what is being billed, and we feel a lot of it's going under the lake. So we're cycling, basically, I guess, which is not good. So if we can eliminate that underwater line and not have to worry about it or send divers down again, that would be great. So it's good to see it coming together.
So from Lake Jaeger Trail east on 16, that's not gonna be touched?
Jaeger Lake Trail east will be. We're coming from the east, working our way into town, stopping at Jaeger Lake Trail.
Okay,
where
are you gonna start at?
Water plant.
We're starting at the water plant coming west into town. But then also we have a separate water main, a separate piece of the project, is starting on Sassafras Lane, which is south of the lake, working its way up east and following, which is Jaeger Lake Trail, following that over up through Farm Field, and we're stopping at Rocky Hollow Trail.
So the people on East Route 16 will be able to get water then? Is that correct?
The in-town residents, yes, that
Where
already
the
are
bowling
served.
alley is in that area, that would be east of the Lake Jaeger Trail.
We're not adding any new customers to this project. They're already currently served. where this water main is needed in Shreveport.
Those people on East Route 16 have water now?
They
Do
don't have
do
sewer,
anything?
they have water, right?
No, I don't think they do. Do they do any?
They do have.
Yeah, they got city water? Okay,
Nathan's
okay,
got water, he doesn't have sewer,
okay, alright,
no sidewalks, no nothing else.
okay.
So ultimately, there's sewer, or there's service replacements, but there's no actual
New customer.
new customers, no.
Justin, at one time we talked about that line coming up to Locust Street.
Yes, depending on if the funds allow, the grant agency has said that we can request, additional footage. So ultimately, right now, a majority of it, we have it figured for a directional bore, if it comes in along 16. If it comes in through the utility locates, if there is a large swath that we can, open cut and get in there, it will be cheaper per foot, and that would allow us to extend further to the west in the town. But we've been in discussion with, EPA, or the Community Grants Program Administrator, and ultimately, if prices come in favorable, we can request an extension.
That was the original plan to go to Locust.
Yes, yes.
Any other questions for?
So it's not currently designed, so we would hope to have a design sometime this fall, maybe spring next year. Kinda when we get some more favorable weather conditions, would be the hope, realistically, March, April.
Okay, any other questions for Justin? Thank you, well done.
Thank you.
Okay. No further questions, we'll adjourn this, hearing.
Hey Dave, you guys signed this?